Good morning, everyone. This is Edwin,
Hi, this is Sammy C.
and we're going to be ranking every single ride in Universal's Islands of Adventure. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. We're going to give our input. Y'all might not agree with everything we have to say, but
We're
everyone,
definitely not going to agree with each other. So,
yeah, I feel like with Islands of Adventure, you and me might agree with each other a good bit.
a little bit
So,
more than Universal
yeah,
Studios.
that's for sure. But hopefully our fans agree with us. If not, it's okay. It's okay. Everybody
Yeah,
has their own.
everybody has their own favorite rides.
All right, so let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's start with the carousel. We're just
Okay.
gonna we're just gonna go down the line. Um,
Yeah.
so with the carousel, okay, I'm gonna have to put it in D. It's a it's good. It's better. I prefer it over some other carousels. Like the theming is good, but
Yes.
it's still a carousel.
Yeah, the
It,
theming is good because like everyone loves Dr. Seuss.
yeah.
But to me, I just think of like a carousel
Mhm.
as a carousel. Like it's just like more of like a carnival ride.
It's
So to me, it's not.
overdone. It's the
Yeah.
same. You just going in circles. There's
So
nothing different.
I would have to put it in D also,
Okay.
but I'm going to go ahead and put it probably right here.
Yeah, I agree. So we both did
Yeah.
D. Yeah. Okay, that was an easy one.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is the Cat in the Hat.
Okay.
Okay, so the Cat in the Hat, a lot of people say it's creepy, but
It's creepy.
I kind of like that it's creepy. Like that's entertaining to me. And I like that it's just a walk on and the AC in it
Yeah.
is top notch. So like if you having a hot day and you want to cool off fast, that's a quick way to do it.
Yeah.
Without
The
feeling like
cat
you're wasting your time.
Yeah, the Cat in the Hat is a good ride to cool off, to relax. But it's just, I love the theming of Cat in the Hat. I mean, I've never been a big fan of it, but I've never hated it. It's just, it is creepy. It's like
Yeah.
at some points in the ride, they could have better.
I like the creepiness though. It's I don't know.
Mm,
I just like it. It like I don't know. I
to
don't know how
each
to
their own, I guess.
Okay, so I'm going to place it in C. I think it's better than the D tier, but not the best. So there you go.
Okay. I would have to put it um, in the D tier also.
Okay.
But I will put it before the carousel.
Okay. Okay.
I'll be
I feel that.
generous.
I feel that. Okay, so next is Doctor Doom's Fearfall. It's Fearfall? Yeah, it's
Oh,
Fearfall.
yeah,
Fearfall.
yep.
Okay. Sorry,
That's
I
fair.
just always call it Doctor Doom. So
Yeah.
um okay, so Doctor Doom, here's my input on Doctor. I really like Doctor Doom. Obviously anything with the adrenaline and just the drop
Yes.
is always good.
The
But at the same time, I feel like Islands of Adventure has like put in some more top-notch rides. So
yes.
like I really enjoy it, but at the same time, there's some better like if you're going for the adrenaline and just all that, I feel like there's some better options. So with that, you know. And then
Okay.
also it's kind of fast for me. Like it's not fast like speed, like it's over so fast. I feel like
Yes.
you
And
wait in line
a
for
lot of the rides nowadays, either in it feels like it doesn't matter what park, either Islands of Adventure, Studios, or even if it's in Disney, it feels like the rides go by really quick, like really quick.
yeah. It's just I wish it would have done like a second shoot up or something. Like
Yes.
that would have probably made it an A tier for me if it like shot up again. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put it in B. It's it's
B.
it's B for me.
Okay. I would actually have to agree with you on that one. That it would be
Okay.
a B tier ride.
Okay. So for the most part, we're
Or
agreeing.
so
Oh,
far, somewhat,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So the next one is Dudley's. Okay. Dudley's
I
is
love that
a water
movie.
ride, so it's automatically a favorite. Like you just water rides are great, in my
Yeah,
opinion. Um, but with that being said, like I said earlier,
yeah,
Islands Adventure has some top-notch rides,
yeah.
top-notch rides. So I'm gonna have to put Dudley's in B also, but it definitely comes before
I
Doctor
agree.
Doom, in my
Yep.
opinion.
Again, I would have to agree with you because I mean, any water ride I will automatically love.
Yeah,
But I will say that we have said it many times that yes, that Islands of Adventure has some top-notch rides, and I would have to put it in B because with all the thrill rides, but also Popeyes, it's going to be kind of lower on the spectrum. But still, and B would be a really great ride. Like,
yeah. It still means it's a great ride. It's just not your
yeah,
if you could only go in and pick a certain amount of rides to ride,
yeah,
you know, it wouldn't be in that
I
top.
would.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to Flighted Hippogriff. Okay, I feel like we might disagree a little bit with this one.
Yes.
Okay, okay, so Flighted Hippogriff, I'm putting it in C. Okay, and then I'll explain why because I felt like I just need to go ahead and get that over with. But it is going before Cat in the Hat, obviously. Um, it's a good ride. Don't get me wrong, it is a good ride. I love
Okay.
anything Harry Potter themed. I love seeing Hagrid's hut and everything that goes along with it. My thing is now that Hagrid's is there, I feel like it makes it look less great, if that makes sense, because it's in my eyes, it's like Hagrid's is like everything plus more of what Hippogriff is. So it's like you get to see more of Hagrid, you get to see more of this magical creature plus more, and it's
Mhm.
bigger speed, better ride vehicle, everything like that. So it's nice, but it's not. If I jump on Hagrid's, I don't need to ride that ride.
Yeah, like it kind of feels like after Hagrid, that ride has become anticlimactic to
Yeah,
where it's like it feels like it's missing something because
I
now you
feel
have
like
Hagrid, so you like Hagrid's like up the level
yeah,
of what you want.
I almost feel like it needs some like retheming, like still be Harry Potter, obviously, but it just needs, I don't know, maybe they should change it to like where you're on like a broomstick or something. I don't know. It just needs, I feel like they're both the same, just one's way better,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
like Hagrid set a standard,
Yeah.
and yeah, I feel you. Um, for right now, this might change, but for right now, I would have to put it in B.
Okay.
And because I still love a roller coaster. I mean, yes, it's not, when I say roller coaster, it's not like, Hagrid's or Velocicoaster or the whole, but it's still, kind of, it's like a smaller version of one. So, and I can't pass that up. So,
Okay. I feel that. All right. So next one, Forbidden Journey. Um, So obviously, we all know where I'm putting Forbidden Journey. I don't
yeah,
even feel like I need to even explain why I'm putting it there. It's staying right there. Everything else is going behind it. Forbidden Journey is my number one ride. I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. I love the theming of it. To me, it has the best queue of any queue in either park.
yes, I
Um,
will say being able to walk inside Hogwarts Castle is like
yes,
phenomenal. Like, you can't get any, like,
yes.
higher than that.
And it's like I feel like they upped it by the way they do the Matronic, how it just kind of it's like you're on a hand and it's just like I love that. I wish there was more rides that was like that. And I know not everybody agrees with me because some people they get sick from it, but it's a ride.
So,
If you
yeah,
get
so
sick from
I
motion,
will
don't
say
ride
Yeah, like a Forbidden Journey is kind of like a hybrid to me because it is on a roller coaster track,
Mhm.
but it still has like the screens that make you feel
Yeah.
like you're immersed into the actual Harry Potter world.
Mhm.
So it's like a hybrid. So that's what I like about it. But being able to go through, the Quidditch, or being able,
Mhm.
to just be on the broom and like go with Harry Potter, like that's just like it's
Yes.
right there.
And Malfoy's there. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, Malfoy's
Yeah.
there. Like,
So I'm gonna have to put it in A because anything Harry Potter I will automatically love. I would definitely have to put it in A.
okay, all right, sounds good to me. Okay, next one is Hagrid's. Okay, so I feel like we both are gonna put this in the same tier, obviously, because
Just
once
what
again,
order?
it's Harry Potter. The only thing we're gonna like disagree with is probably where in that tier it goes. So I'm gonna put Hagrid's on A. Um, yeah, it's a great ride. Obviously, it's perfect. Wouldn't change anything about it.
Okay. Um, Hagrid's I love. I like to be able because I mean with Hagrid you can learn about him and like feel him and feel his personality, see who he is in the movies. You can read about him in the books, but being able to be on a roller coaster thrill ride all about Hagrid is what I love. So I'm gonna have to actually put Hagrid's before Forbidden Journey.
I figured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that will. I mean, I love Hagrid.
I can't argue with you about that. I mean, like, I obviously I'm gonna
Please.
pick my side, but it's not a bad choice. I can't argue with it.
You can't go wrong because either one, an A list, that means that it is like our favorite rides that we will always ride when we go to
Yes,
the
no
parks.
matter what. It
Yeah.
no matter what. All right, so next would be the Hulk. Okay, this is a great ride. You the the beginning to the ride is great to me. Like that's what
Yes.
sets the whole ride for me, the theming and everything. Um,
The
and,
only bad thing, in my point of view,
mhm.
is when you're on it. I feel like it may just happen to me, but I feel like it happens to a lot of people to where like their head just like rattles and like
Yes,
the
it
top of your
needs.
ears like
I
just
feel like
starts
it
to
needs
hurt.
some TLC. It needs some
Yeah,
TLC. Um, but it's still a great ride.
it's still a great
It's
ride.
one
Yeah,
of the more original rides. Um, so I'm gonna have to say it's still an A tier for me.
yeah,
Um, it's probably gonna be at the end of my A tier, more than likely. But it's still an A tier. I don't know. It might get overthrown. It might get pushed down to B. We'll see as we go. But it's
yeah.
still a great ride. It's a roller coaster. It's great. Um, that's all I really got to say. It's
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with like it really is a great ride. It still has that thrill, adrenaline for you. So I will have to agree that it will be in the A tier. It just if they could find a way to fix the problem of just like your head just like hitting on both sides, it would be awesome.
yeah. I feel like that's really the only thing that kind of pushes it to the back, and it's competing with Harry Potter rides. So
Yeah,
you know,
even
I'm definitely
the
more Harry Potter
smallest
than
Harry Potter
Marvel.
ride. Yeah,
Yeah.
the smallest Harry Potter ride can beat any ride.
Okay, so the next one is one fish, two fish. All right. Um, one fish, two fish. I'm gonna say it's a D tier. Um,
Yeah,
but it is before the carousel because it does kind of have that Dumbo feel and
yeah,
stuff like that. And I like the fact that with the whole water spraying thing, and I like that they added the concept that if you listen to the ride and listen to what they're telling you to do, they'll tell you go up and down. If you follow what they say, you will not get wet. Because they're actually telling you go down because it's going to
it's,
spray up at the
it's
top.
basically an interactive ride.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a game and a
Yeah,
ride in one. So it does come before the carousel, but at the same time, I'm perfectly fine with a day at the parks without riding it. So that's why I'll
yes,
put it in.
I will definitely have to agree. I will actually have to put it before Cat in the Hat, just because of Cat in the Hat's creepiness. But I will, yeah, it's definitely a D tier where I would be okay with not riding.
Okay. All right. I feel that. Okay. So next is Popeyes. Okay. Popeyes
Ooh,
is probably, I would go as far as to saying my favorite water ride of all time. My favorite water ride in a theme park. Now,
okay.
I'm not talking about like water slides and stuff like that. It's my favorite water ride of all time. Even better than Splash Mountain before, we're down for the whole change and stuff.
Yeah.
I love Popeyes. There's no way you're gonna get on Popeyes and not get wet. You are going to come off of Popeyes soaking ass wet. Sorry, excuse my language, but soaking wet. And you're going to like your shoes are gonna be squishing and everything. Like it's a perfect way to cool off, and it's a lot of fun while you're doing it.
Yeah. Popeyes is a really good water ride. It hits every single point. I
Mhm.
mean, Popeyes is one of those rides that I could actually ride that that one ride all day.
Yeah.
This,
Oh yeah.
this that single ride
And we're
over
and
and
we're gonna
over and
do it.
over again.
We're gonna do it.
Oh
One day we're
yes,
just gonna go from
yes,
park opening to park close, just riding the ride over and over again, nothing else, and maybe stopping for like to eat or a
like
snack
yeah,
and use the bathroom. That'd be it. So yeah, we're definitely gonna do that one day. It's a lot of fun. And I also like the fact that people that aren't on the ride can interact with you.
yeah.
How they can go up on olive oils, oh, oh, I can't remember what it's called right this second. Don't hate on me, people. But you can go onto the boat, whereas if you go right past the entrance to
Yeah.
Popeye, the boat's back there. You can't miss seeing the boat. You can climb on that. There's all kinds of interactive stuff. And there's also water cannons up there that you can shoot people
Oh, I love doing that.
without having to pay for it. Because I didn't mention this on Dudley's, there's water cannons on the bridge that goes over right after the drop, but you have to pay for those. Go to Popeyes, go back there to the boat, spray people on Popeyes. They're not going by as fast, so you can spray them really good. And they actually have enough time where they can kind of look up at you and see that you're spraying them, which makes it even better, in my opinion. Like
Oh yeah.
I want to look them in the eyes after I spray them in the face.
Yeah, because a lot of people, especially like the kids and everything, they will try to avoid it. They'll like kind of lean, try to
Yeah,
fight,
yeah,
not
it's a
getting
lot of
wet,
fun.
but we're gonna get you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put Popeyes in A tier, but I am gonna put it before, ooh, sorry, before the Hulk, but after Hagrid's and Forbidden Journey.
Okay.
I'm kind of fighting with my inner demons because I love Popeye so much that I kind of want to put it in front of Hagrid's, but then at the same time, I think Hagrid's beats out Popeyes. So we're just gonna
Um,
leave it like that.
I will have to agree with you that it will be an A tier. I'm trying to decide if it's gonna be before or after the Hulk. That's just my thing. You know what? I'm gonna go with my gut and put it also before the Hulk.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next is the Paradon Flyers. Okay. So uh, this one I'm a little, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't rode it since I was a kid. I would really like to ride it, and I do have kids, so
Yeah.
eventually I will if I can talk them into getting on it. Um, but I don't know. Like it's from what I've heard and what I've seen, it is a good ride. I do like that you can see the views real good. It is a very short ride though, so I feel the same way about Doctor Doom. Is it's nice, but the shortness of it kind of breaks it down a little. Um, and the fact that you can't ride it unless you have a kid, like
So
I
from
don't
what
like that.
I've heard, yeah, from what I've heard, if you ever go to the Orlando Informer, okay,
Yes.
I was told that if you were able to put yourself in the raffle to win the ticket to be able to ride this at the Orlando Informer after park closed,
Mhm.
get on it right when they're about to do the Hogwarts like night show,
Yeah.
and then you will get the perfect view. Like supposedly, it is a beautiful view to watch.
Yeah. So I feel like the view and just the idea of like being high up in the sky makes it
Yeah,
is the good parts about it. But I feel
it's
like
like
the
the
bad
anticipation of
parts
riding.
kind of overweigh it. like, even if I could ride it, it wouldn't be that high up on my like, if you didn't have to have a kid,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be as high up on my tier. Um, so I'm gonna put it in D, but I am
Okay.
gonna put it before redfish, bluefish, and the carousel.
Okay. Um. Trying to think. I will put it in C only because of like the anticipation of riding it. Because like I don't have a kid. I haven't rode it since I was a kid. So it's just like
Yeah.
there's no way to ride it except for going to the Orlando Informer and putting myself in the raffle to win it.
Yeah, it's
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 just
the
that wanting to
rareness
be
of
able
the
to experience.
opportunity to
Yeah.
ride it that makes you like it a little bit
Yeah.
more. Okay, I feel that. All right, so next one is Jurassic's River Adventure. Okay, so obviously water ride, so it's gonna be kind of up there for me. Um, I really enjoyed theming. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, also. Um, I so you gotta love dinosaurs. You gotta love dinosaurs. So the theming is top notch for me. Um,
Okay.
the obviously the big drop is another good thing for me. Water, another good thing for me. Um, and some people might not agree with me on this. It's I have never got too wet on the ride though. Like I've only like the wettest part of my body will be my butt from sitting in the seat after, people had gotten off the ride or whatever and water had splashed a little or something. Or if you get like on first thing in the morning and they've done ran it a few times without anybody in it, then the seats and the floor is wet. But
Mhm.
I've never really got too wet. Like I've not got as wet
Yeah.
as I will on Dudley's. So I feel, and it only has that one big drop too. So I'm gonna put it in B tier, but
Okay.
I'm gonna put it behind Dudley's, but before Fearfall because they
Okay.
both got one big drop, and
Yeah.
but that one I just feel like
It has
theming, it's
water.
a longer ride, it's got water, so it's better than Dr. Doom's, but not as good as Dudley's, in my opinion.
Okay. Um. Okay. I'm gonna have to actually change mine a little bit to put this one in there. Okay.
Okay.
So I will have to put a flight of hippogriffs in C before the Paradise Flyers.
Mhm.
And then I will put the River Adventure in the B tier before Dr. Doom's Fearfall.
Look at there. We're matching up pretty good. Just a couple
Yeah.
things changed here and there, but for the most part,
Yeah.
we're we're doing pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is why Islands Adventure is the easier park for us to enjoy a day at
Yes.
together. Okay. All right. So next one is Kong. Um, what do I say about Kong? Okay, Kong. Kong is. Don't get me wrong. It's a good ride. It is. Um, but this is another one of those where the bad things outweigh the good. Um,
Yeah.
it's the theming is nice. Um, the queue, like it has. Okay, I'm gonna have to break this down a little bit more. The queue is good and bad. First off, for some reason, this ride always has a super long wait. It never fails. I don't know if maybe it's the ride, they can't load as many people as often. I don't know. Maybe people think it's going to be a great ride and I don't know. But it always has a long ass wait. Sorry. I know I keep using that word, but I
It's
listen,
like
I'm doing
you're
better.
cussing like a sailor.
I know, but I'm doing better than what I normally do. So we're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. Okay. This is not for the faint of heart if you don't like curse words. Okay. But it's the line is really long, but that one part in the queue where it's got the witch, if you've rode it, then you know what I'm talking about. The witch, I do like that part of the queue. But they do slam pack you in there. It's like zigzagged and it's like there's no airflow. It's very hot. It's most of the line is like enclosed, except for at the very beginning, there's like an outdoor area with some grass. Kind of gives me like Jungle Cruise vibes at the beginning. So that it's like it has its really bad moments and it has its good moments. And then when it
Yeah.
comes to the ride, it's okay. It's just a little slow for my liking. But then the animatronic, the big Kong animatronic is top notch. So
Yeah.
I do like this ride. So don't get me wrong, I do like this ride. Just don't hate at me for my placement, please. But it's gonna go on C tier, and it's
See.
gonna go behind Flight of the Hippogriff, but before Cat in the Hat. I said what I
Okay.
said. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just
So I would have to somewhat agree with you
okay.
that yes, I just feel like this. I've never really been the biggest fan of the story behind Kong and everything.
Yeah.
So and then like I ride the ride because it is a ride. Um, but I kind of just feel like I've just gotten used to it, so it's the same thing. It's never really like there's no difference between it. Like even with the water ride, sometimes you're gonna get wet, sometimes you might not get as wet, or like you might have something with like interactive with the kids or with the water guns or whatever. But I
Yeah.
feel like there's nothing that evolves or changes where it's the same thing every time.
Yeah.
So I would have to put it in C tier, but I would have to put it behind the Paradigm Flyers.
Hmm.
I would put it beforehand, but again, the anticipation, the rareness of not
Yeah.
being able to ride it is just
Yeah. And I pray that if we do happen to get the chance to ride, we might have to use my kids
oh yeah,
and like take turns. But if we do get the chance to ride, I really do hope it's all that you anticipate it to be. Like, because that would
yeah,
break my
I
heart
really do.
because I know how bad you want to ride that. Um, so yeah. Okay, so next is Spider-Man. Okay, so
Okay.
Spider-Man, this one, this one's gonna hurt me a little. It's gonna hurt me a little. So whenever I was a kid growing up, I did love the Hulk and stuff like that. This was back when Dueling Dragons and stuff was there before Harry Potter. Spider-Man was my favorite ride. My favorite ride. Okay. So it does hurt me a little because I'm gonna have to put it in B tier. Um, just because it's in my opinion now as an adult and it needs some TLC in my opinion.
Yeah.
um
The queue could definitely have
yeah,
some work done to it.
yeah, it's whenever I was younger it was like the queue was like, oh, you can see,
Oh,
look at this and that, and now it's like it
same
needs
thing.
it
For
needs some
how many
TLC.
years? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not better than the rest on my A tier, so I'm gonna go B tier because I can only place one extra than four, on one of the tiers. And I don't feel it might end up being that extra. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, so I would have to agree with you. Like to me, it's just like how many years has that queue been the same? And, like the gray donuts, the gray everything is just not doing
Yeah.
it for me no more. Like it's just so I would hope that soon they would at least try to update something on the ride. Just the ride itself, if it's a queue, something, just give
Yeah.
me something. So
I
I
agree.
would say B. Like it would definitely be a B tier, but I would actually have to put it behind Dudley's Do Ride.
Okay. I can see that. Okay. All right. Okay. So next one is Storm. Okay. I can't remember what the full name for it is because I've always just called it Storm.
Storm Force
Um,
Accelerates.
okay, this is teacups. Who doesn't like teacups? I love teacups.
Yeah.
Especially whenever you're in the teacup with the right people that like really want to get it spinning. Like we're always the people that, if you've rode Storm before, we're always those people that is already spinning your cup before the ride has even started. We're already like about sick, so that's just my how I feel. And little side tidbit, I love to ride Storm on rainy days. Okay. Two reasons. One, the one that seems obvious is because it's kind of cool to ride a storm ride when there's a storm going. But the other thing is that it makes it so much more fun when you're soaking wet, because that seat is so slippery and you will just slide all over the place. So if you don't have, if it ain't slam packed full of people, like for instance, when me and my wife go on it, it's just me and her. So we each pick a side. We get as far to the rail as we can because we know we're going to be sliding. Make sure your bags are everywhere. If you don't have somebody holding that, you know they ain't going to go sliding, and you spin that thing as best you can, and you will be sliding all over that seat. It's just it makes me feel like a kid again. Is why I like the storm ride so much.
Okay. So where would you put that
in? Okay, I know I just talked it up so much. But
yeah, it better be high then.
I know. I just talked it up so much, but I just have, there's so many good rides in Islands of Adventure that it kind of gets pushed down a little. But
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in C tier, but I'm gonna put it as first in C tier.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's almost a B for me. It's almost a B. If I could fit another one up in B, that's where it would go.
Yeah. So this one's going to be really easy for me. I'm going to put it in D tier because for some reason lately, I guess now that I'm growing up, the teacups ride, they make me sick. I don't know if it's because the ride itself or the person that I always ride it with wants to, grab the table and start making us go in a circle so much. It's just like
Yeah.
I don't know. There are some rides that I love that does make me sick, but those are rides. This is
Yeah.
let's see. So
it just makes me feel like a kid again. It's why I love it so much.
That's one ride that I would just pass on. I'm gonna have to put it in the D tier.
Okay.
But I will put it after Mr. Creepy Cat in the
Hat. Okay, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
We don't
but
need to
it's but it's okay. But it's gonna be really fun when we do vlogs where we like do like the ride every ride challenge and stuff, because oh yeah, I'm gonna have that camera right on you the whole time we're spinning. I'm sorry in advance if anybody has to see him get sick, but it's happening. It's happening. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is the Seuss trolley.
Yes.
Okay, so all right, so the Seuss trolley, I'm gonna place it and then I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna put it on D tier. But I'm gonna put it after the flyers. Yeah. But before those. Okay, so I like the idea of going all around Seuss Landing and seeing, kind of like looking down on everybody. I feel like it's a nice like resting kind of ride.
Yeah, break.
But I don't agree with the wait time. For some reason the wait time is not the best for that. Yeah, like if it's longer than like 20 minutes, it's not for me. And it goes very slow, very, very slow. But it's a nice ride if you just kind of want it to calm down. So that's why I would put it before the other two, but
okay, so I'm probably gonna catch some heat for this one. I would put it in C tier. Okay. I'll put it as the last place in C because I feel like anytime you go, you need at least one ride or one thing to do that will, let you sit down, have a break. And it's like if you're waiting on a certain ride and you need to waste time, that is a good ride to do. But also you get to go around Seuss Land. You get to just sit down and relax. And you get to go inside a restaurant too. So I think that's pretty cool.
I just can't see how you could. I can see how you could put it in front of Cat in the Hat because it is behind Cat in the Hat for me. I can see how you could do that because you don't, Cat in the Hat ain't for everybody. But to put it before Storm, that's a tough pill to swallow.
I get nauseous on the trolley. I get hungry, not nauseous.
Okay. All right. we'll just take it. We'll just take it. Okay. So now we have one left. I'm going to move this over a little because we're out of space. let's see. Let me move this back a little. Okay, so we have one left. I don't know if it's going to let me place it up there. If I have to, I'll rearrange it. So with our extra one, so what we tried to do was we also discussed this. I don't think we mentioned it at the beginning of the video. When we do these, we're trying to keep all the tiers the same. So that gives us that extra challenge of they all got to be the same. Now there is cases where there's extra, like this one, there's one extra ride. So we're leaving that up to us to choose which tier the extra one goes into. But I feel like in this case, and what ride is left, and I kind of like that this ended up being the last one on the list too, because
Yeah,
this
because
is,
we've never rode it
yes, we have never rode this. I have been to the parks a couple times since
since that
it has
opened.
come out. But I haven't rode it because I've been trying to patiently wait and ride it with Junior for the first time.
Yes.
And
Thank
it's been
you, Lord.
killing me because
Girl, it's been killing me.
I'm obsessed. Like I'm already obsessed with this ride and I haven't even rode it yet. Like it's just
See,
the
I'm
airtime
obs-
and everything, just
yeah,
everything about. There's
I'm
nothing you can
obsessed
say
with
bad
the
about this.
type of ride. I'm not. I like Jurassic Park, but I'm
Oh,
not
see,
the
I
biggest
love
fan
it.
of it either. So it's just like I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
See,
I just like
I
the
love
type of
everything
ride.
about it. I love everything about it. Like I'm so excited. I'm anticipating it so much in my brain that like I've never passed out on a ride, but I feel like I might just
Yeah.
pass out from happiness. Like that's how excited I am for this ride. So it's definitely going to go in A tier for me. Um,
Yes.
but because I haven't rode it yet. Now this might change after we ride it, so I'll fill y'all in after we ride it if
Yeah.
it overtakes. Um, but I'm gonna have to if it'll let me. Okay, well there we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to put it after Forbidden Journey. I might change my mind. I doubt it because I'm such a huge Harry Potter fan, but we're just gonna
Let's
go
just
with
end
it.
it right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to put it in A tier.
Mhm,
Again, I haven't rode it. It's just anticipation of wanting to ride it.
mhm.
I've seen the POVs of it.
Yes.
Um, so I'm really looking forward to it. Um, I would put it in A, but I would put it behind Forbidden Journey.
Okay. I feel that. Obviously, I'm not going to argue over Forbidden Journey being before it, but okay. So, with that being said, are you happy with your list, or would you change anything?
Um, I actually somewhat I am happy with it, honestly. I did make some changes, going through it. So I mean, overall, I'm happy. I
Okay,
could I prefer my list over yours, but
of course you do,
yeah,
and I prefer mine over yours. Um,
we'll see
I
who wins when we get to the park.
okay, I'm happy with it. There are some parts that pains me. Like, I really think that I don't know. I might make a change. I might make a
Okay,
change. And I don't think you're gonna agree with me
so
at
we could
all.
put Hagrid's first.
No, 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 no,
In
no, no,
A.
no, no. We ain't talking about that. My A tier is perfect. I'm not changing anything. Um,
Well, I
ah,
can
God.
I can
Okay.
change something in every single one of your tiers,
You're
honestly.
you're not gonna agree with me. I already know this, but I don't okay, let me explain first. All right, I'm gonna make one change. And you just have to understand that I have more fun on one ride than the other, and it comes down to just them memories of growing up in the parks and going with all my cousins and like riding on these rides and stuff. So that's what you have to keep in mind when I make this change. Also,
I think I know what ride you're gonna
you
change.
have to remember that I have done the slingshot in Old Town Orlando. You know, that big ride that shoots you up in the air, the really freaky one that records you and a lot of people pass out on. So with that being said, that kind of low since that has happened, it kind of lowers my standard to drop rides. Um, So we're gonna let's see if it'll let me do this. We're gonna
I
switch
swear.
Doom and Storm. Storm,
Bless your
it's
heart.
sentimental. It's sentimental to me. It's very,
Since
that's like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's super sentimental to me, so it's killing me that it's in B tier.
I have 3 words for you. Bless your heart.
And the thing is speaking of me doing the slingshot, I would share that with y'all, but y'all think I'm bad now just saying ASS a few times. Yeah, you don't want to see that video. YouTube would probably take it down. I had fun. I did not pass out, but let's just say whenever my adrenaline's going, I already talk a lot. I talk very fast. I talk a lot. Y'all've already seen some of that, but
No.
when my adrenaline's going, I don't shut up. I'm nonstop going. I'm hollering at top of my lungs. I look very, very special. Let's just put it that way.
Um,
And I'm just like, yeah, I can't even post that video for y'all. I might have to edit it and see if I could take some out, but I don't even think I could edit it because I think every other word
just
was not good.
you can censor it. Just put beeps over everything.
The whole thing would just be beep 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 beep. Sound like a dang metal detector going off.
Well, hey,
But
so you're happy with it now?
yeah, I'm happy with it. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I
Okay,
can't, there's nothing I could change.
I'm happy with mine. Mine looks perfect. So
Yeah. It now
I,
I could probably sit here and stare at, I probably could change a couple things if I stared at it long enough, but then I'd just be overthinking. We're just gonna go with the gut,
yeah.
and this is my
Okay.
list.
Alrighty, guys. We hope you liked the video. Please comment down below if you feel that we are right or wrong, and go ahead and put yours in order. We will be also posting the link to this tier so you can make your own. And please like, subscribe, and share. Ring the bell to get notified when we post our new vlogs. And just remember, guys, laughter is timeless. Imagination has no age, and dreams are forever.
And just know that we have so much more content coming. So please,
Yes.
please, please, I can't stress enough. Click that subscribe button because I'm telling you, even though we're just doing the live chats right now, we have
Just
so
for
much planned for in the parks. You just got to bear with us for a little bit. I promise you it's
yes,
coming.
we will
So,
definitely be in the parks really soon.
yes. So be kind, be helpful, and keep moving forward.
Thank you.